Hi everyone, it's Liz of elizabethellery.com. I'm a personal branding photographer and Squarespace website designer for female entrepreneurs. I create videos and blog articles every Thursday with tips and tricks to help you love your brand more so you can show up in your business with confidence that you look. And today I wanted to talk to you about Squarespace and how I've gone from 7 to 7.1, and I'm going to show you the process from changing my website on my homepage from 7 to 7.1 and actually give you a demonstration so you can see all of the things that they've changed. So I don't know if any of you have been using Squarespace for a while now or not, but they've been having this template system for 4 years or more, and they've now recently, it's in beta as of December 2019, where they're changing quite a few things in the background that I wanted to talk to you about today because I absolutely love it. And I think that you guys will too. So I'm hoping that this will help you. I'm going to share my screen now. So it's been goodbye for now for my face, and nice chatting to you on video. Okay, go. So I just wanted to show you what my website looks like as current. So this is my website in Squarespace on the front end of the Squarespace website. And I'm going to show you how it looks in the back end of the Squarespace 7 and how it looks like in Squarespace 7.1. And as you can see, they look very similar. The only thing that's missing is the help button in 7.1. Just so that you can see the difference here, there is the favicon of the heart in my website that's live, and the favicon with the Squarespace square icon in 7.1, so you can see the difference between the two. I'm also going to show you what they look like, what the template system looks like in Squarespace. So if you're thinking about upgrading to 7.1 and you're trying to find where the templates are, if you're doing this around the time of this recording in December 2019, when perhaps 7.1 isn't as visible as you may hope, when you go into the back end of Squarespace, well, into the template bit at the moment, this is what it looks like. These are the sort of videos, the templates when you're in popular designs. Now, it's really tricky to try and find this 7.1. You can't just type into Google Squarespace templates 7.1. It does take a little bit of looking around and knowing what you're looking for. So these are some of the templates. As you'll see that the photography on this one is similar to one of the old Squarespace templates, and it's the actual one that I use today. Okay, so I wanted to tell you the differences between the Squarespace 7 and 7.1 now. So I'm going to go into the back end and show you. I'm going to start in the design section. So in the past, to change the fonts, the width of the website, the design, all of the style aspects of the website, this is how Squarespace would look. So those of you familiar with Squarespace will know all of this. And now I'm going to show you the back end of it in the new Squarespace 7.1. So you can see the differences. And for those of you that are new to this and just want to maybe create your own website, and this is going to be helpful to you. They've changed it completely. There's no style design. What they've done is what I'm just going to be focusing on today is the fonts and colors aspect. So I don't know about you, but one of the things that would always sort of drive me crazy or would spend a lot of time would be I would be using the spaces buttons so that I had enough space in between the top of the banner images that I was using in an index page and also the bottom of it. So what's very amazing about this aspect Okay, so how I wanted to start today with you when we're actually going to go into the back end of the new 7.1 template is to show you what the main differences are to the 7. So if you go into design, this is where you'll see how drastically different it is. In the past, when you'd hit on design, you'd go to style design, and that's where you'd be able to change all of the spacing of the pages, the colors, the fonts, and basically the whole style and feel of the website. And here, what they've done is, and I'm going to just focus today on these two aspects here, is fonts and colors. So if we go into fonts, which is being a little bit slow today. I think what's happened with 7.1 is they've done away with, they want to make it a bit more difficult for you to use lots of different fonts. And that's because it takes a lot longer for websites and for the sites to load with all the numerous different fonts that it has to index and search for before the page will load. So they want to try and make you use the same font family in different sizes. So for instance, I used the template that I picked because I liked the font that it had already, and I liked the spacing, and I'd used it similar style in the previous 7. So what's different here is they say the base size. So this is the font. They have sans serif that you can pick. So they give you a few options here. And there is an advanced where you can add in more fonts as you want. And then they have mixed if you want to have a serif and a sans serif. So I've just gone with, for instance, with my site at the moment, I've just gone with a serif. And on my old site, I did have a sans and a serif. Sans serif and a serif. Anyway, so here you have 16 points. So this is the standard base size for the site. If you click in here, what they've then done is they've got headings, paragraphs, buttons, and meta. So in the past on Squarespace 7, you had header 1, 2, and 3, and then normal. Here, they're giving you a hell of a lot more options. So you have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and heading 4. So you've got 4 options, and they had 16 as the base. And what they do here is they do it in percentages. So it would be 2.2, that size, and it goes along like that. So I've actually already filled out the sizes that I want there. So I'm not going to change anything there. And then paragraphs. In the past, we've just had one normal paragraph, and here you can have 3 different types of your normal in large, normal, and small, which is amazing. That's one of the features I really like about this new site. And then you can also change the button here and the weight and the size. So I'm happy with mine. And I'm now going to show you possibly, yeah, I think it's up there as my favorite feature when you go into colors. In the past, you could have like one background color for your website, you could change the footer. But whenever you wanted to do an index page or a page with a full width banner, you would have to create the color background image in Canva or in Photoshop. And here, what they're doing, they're saying that you've got a color palette, and that's where you have 3 main colors, and they give you white and black as standard colors also. So these are my brand colors. I've gone in there and picked it. But what you would do to change the color is you go into palette, and then you can play around and move all of this. So you could make that like that. Computer's a little bit slow. I'm going to press cancel because I've got all of my colours here. Discard the changes. And I'm going to show you now in the pages section how this differs, but I wanted to just say to you, you have one version that you can use on the left, which has always got a black or a white, and you can change that white so that it's black. And then here it's pink, which is my highlight color, which is what happens on the left. So always bear that in mind, that what goes here will go here. Okay. So now I've picked my 3 colors. I'm going to show you, in case you're not quite sure how to use those, I'm going to show you now. Okay, pages pretty much looks the same, and you will also notice here all of this looks like in Squarespace 7 exactly the same, except there's no help. So I'm now in 7.1 again. I'm going to go to pages. I've already created my website here, but I'm going to create a new one for you here. Home new. So this, ladies, is where you will see the profound change. Oh, and also, sorry, I'm just going to quickly note here, main navigation, you'll notice there's no footer here. You can do that directly into the page, so it's just main navigation and not linked. Right, let's get started. You'll notice that you have the edit button here, and if you want to view the website, well, I'll just start this here. So, add page content. Now this is so incredible. Here, in the past they had something similar where you could use guides, but it wasn't as easy, and people, a lot of the time, well, as a designer, I would always use the add blank. But here, they have lots of different templates that you can use and insert. And here you have a list, gallery, and images and quote. So I'm just going to show you a couple. Okay, so for now, I'm just going to go into add blank. Okay, so I've added in a blank page here. And I just want to also tell you quickly that one thing that has changed is that in the past, you have an index page where you would then create pages within that index page that you could move in and out. Squarespace have done away with the index page, and they just have now one option which is called page, and that's where you can add in these extra pages here. You can have full width banners on a normal page, which is amazing and my absolute favorite. That is definitely my favorite thing about the new upgrade. So here we go. We've got a new page here. As you would on an index page, we've got a new little section here just by pressing that plus. And then the new feature here, you press the little pencil, and then you have the format section. Now that here is where you can't really see it here, so but basically you can have section height. In the past, you would be able to put spaces in there so that they're small, medium or large spacing, and here you have it all already inbuilt, and the width and the height. So I'm actually going to just go to my website here. I'm going to copy and paste my text here. And then I'm just going to insert the image. Okay. I've inserted the text there, but what this actually is an overlap image. So I'm just going to copy and paste. It's here. And you'll also find that it gives you a color directly in there. In the past, I think I've made on my old site, I made it so that it was transparent. So I'm going to make this text here, the extra large heading. I know, actually, I think just for this one title, because I've only used this size of font once on my website, so I've made that a small heading because I want my extra large headings to be H1, which is good for SEO purposes. And because I'm only using this size once, I've actually made it the small heading. And then here, I think I'm making that the extra large. I'm just going to do large for now, okay? So there we go. So I just wanted to do that. So then I can actually show you how this works a bit more. So if I do the section height to small, you'll see it moves up, medium, large. So I'm going to do it to small. And then content width, you can make it fit your page, whereas this is something you would have to do in the design style section. And then also you can play around with where this feature on the page. I'm going to do it centralized. I'm going to do the content width large, and I'm going to do the section height, this color, this small. Now, background is where you can add an image, which will be the banner as in before you would have hit the cog button or the banner section on the index pages. And now you can just do it in the background, and you can have it full bleed or inset. And then colors, this is where the magic happens. So I could make that white and it will have a pink setting. Also, you need to go into the design style because sometimes it adds an overlay. You can notice that my image has got a bit of a transparent film on top of it. Okay, and I'm going to go for this one. So it matches my background. Perfect. Right. Let's get on with creating the rest of the site. I'm going to go in for add blank. Well, just to show you, I might do something like a list. Or no, text. I'm going to do text. So I'm going to do this one. Just so you can see. I'm going to make the color because I know that it's the greeny blue. I think it's that one that I've changed. You'll notice that I've changed in the back end of the website in the style design section in the colors. I've made that black rather than pink. Okay. Copy and paste all of this over. All of this is coming over capitalized, so I would change that at a later date. And then here, I'm going to add in my images, which are my icons, which are here. So this, on my homepage, what I've actually done is I make sure that I tell my audience exactly what it is that I do straight away. So I make it really obvious that I'm a photographer, I'm a branding designer, I'm also a website designer. Now here, you can add in a space. Make sure that your space is just on the icons. There we go. This is doing that lovely thing that Squarespace does sometimes, where everything goes at different angles. I'm trying to think about how I've actually done that one. How did I do that? Maybe I change this to medium. I can't remember how I've made that 3 I will figure that out at another time. Actually, I know why it's changing, because this is the old template and this is the new one, so I will work that out. So I'm just going to put that writing to the side here. And then I'm going to make the background white. I'm just going to, so that's aligned. Perfect. I don't want this to go full width like the rest of the image does. So I'm just going to create the text here like that, but I've created those two spaces, put them side by side so that I can drop my font in between. That, and then spacer there. Okay, then just keep on plussing, creating new pages. I'm just gonna create these pages for you now, and you can just see if I'm gonna double up the speed so you can see me creating them, and you can slow it down if needs be. And we're done. So I just whizzed through that for you. And we're all done with a new page. Now what I wanted to show you what's different here is how to look at it full width so that you're not in edit feature, or edit mode should I say. So in the past there used to be like a little arrow here. They don't have that anymore, and they have the arrow on the right hand side rather. And they also don't have the tablet feature. So you can either view it in mobile or in desktop. So I'm just going to scroll down and we'll fix those three little squares shortly. But just for the purposes of today, I just wanted to quickly give you a show so you could see how the color banner features work, how the height features work, and how the spaces work on the side. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. I can't believe it's ridiculous. I'm just looking at the time here. It's 20 to 2, or 20 to 1 rather, in the afternoon in the UK, in the northwest of England. And I've got a light on myself because it's absolutely pouring it down with rain. It's miserable and it's pretty dark in here, so I've got the light on. I hope that was helpful for you today. If there's any other questions or anything that you have, just put them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. And I'm going to do some videos in the future about how to transfer your domain over from an existing Squarespace website into a new one also. And I hope this was helpful for you, and I'll speak to you guys next Thursday. Bye.